doing? What are you wearing, Laura? Well, this is all new to me and to you. And thankfully, I have a brilliant engineer boyfriend who helped me legitimately engineer this setup right here, including the background and these fancy dancy lights and this lovely gamer headset. We are doing something that I could guess that you could guess what it is because you probably read the thumbnail and was like, oh, that's something I would like to do. We are going to be looking through um, Am I the Asshole or any like Reddit posts that I find interesting, and I'm going to be reacting to them because that's stuff that I like to watch. And stuff that I like to watch, I bet that you guys like to watch. And I even went out of my way, you actually know this because you saw it in an unboxing, to get my own gavel! Cora, order in the court. Judge Burke has arrived. Here we are. Order! I'm power hungry, guys. Very excited. Get your beverage of choice. I have a diet. I have a decaf coffee with a little bit of cinnamon creamer in it, a little bit of caramel macchiato creamer in it, and a little bit of regular creamer in it. So here we are. Delish. Now this is all new to me, so do not make fun of me or do it and just have a good time while you do it. Okay, so I have not even looked at, I don't even know how to use Reddit. This is literally my second time on Reddit ever. So if you want to follow me, this is my @ and we are just going right into Bridezillas. So I'm going to start here because I don't know what any of this nonsense is. Hi, I've hit a wall. I'm having such a dilemma. My maid of honor won't pierce her ears for my wedding. Okay, so I know that this might be controversial to some of you, but I feel like when you accept the position of maid of honor, you need to expect to wear jewelry on the wedding day. She said she'll wear clip-ons, but everyone I found are so ugly. I love her to death, but I'm tired of having to ask her to be excited about my day. I called her like 5 times before this and she wouldn't answer my calls. Please tell me I'm not crazy. I can't do that. You are crazy. Also, she's also thinking of backing out now. I genuinely don't understand. What I'm asking for is too much. Texts for context too. You are asking for too much. You're asking for someone who, I mean, you're getting married. You must be at least like 20, hopefully. And that means your maid of honor is probably like 20. If she's gone 20 years without piercing her ears, she probably doesn't want to pierce her ears. She probably is afraid of needles or doesn't want to like get inflicted pain or has like some sort of fear about it. And she's not going to do it for you at all. And it is too much expectations. I cannot believe that you are asking someone to put holes in their head for you. Clip-ons are fine. I don't understand this like brides thing where they're like everyone has to wear the exact same nail polish color. Everyone has to have the exact same like side bang. It's like no one's going to notice that except for you. Nobody cares. Let's see this full image. Texts. Answer my call. Fine. If you won't answer my call, I can't do this. I'm so annoyed that you constantly do this. You say you'll be involved in my wedding and then stab me in the back like this. Like, what the fuck? When you accepted the job, you knew what that came with. Like, I need more of your help and more accountability on your end. I'm so tired of having to help and ask you to want me to be involved on my big day. Okay, when you ask someone to be your maid of honor, you have to kind of set out like stipulations or like what you expect of them, because if someone came to me and was like, I want you to be my maid of honor, and what I expect is like a $5,000 trip to Mexico for the bachelorette party, I'd be like, love you, but no. Like, absolutely not. I was a bridesmaid many, many, many times. It's very expensive. And if you can't do something like that, then you have to have honest conversations with the bride about that. And this other woman is saying, I'm so sorry. I promise I'm not backing out. I just really don't want to get my ears pierced. See? I know you're really counting on me to do this for you, but I just don't feel comfortable with it. There's a reason I haven't gotten it done I'm 25 years. That's literally just what I said. And I think it's safe to say I would have done it by now. Pfft, guys, I'm like automatically brilliant at this. Laura's right. I would have done it by now. Your wedding is important and it's your day, but it's my ears. As if wanting more help, you kind of become really demanding. Yeah, I bet you've become really demanding. If you're demanding that someone pierces their ears for your wedding day, nobody cares. They're probably going to be hidden by her hair anyways. This ear piercing thing is just the last straw in my book. I love you and I still want to be a part of your day. I guess we just need to talk about how involved I need to be later. Is there a place to like mark here like you're the asshole? What do I do? Share, comment. What are your assholes? I'm just going to be like, you're the asshole. That's it. Laura, Judge Burke has presided. There we are. Ha 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 ha. No advice, judgment call, asking for opinions post. I guess ooh, maybe I shouldn't. I wonder if I'm gonna get like booted off this for saying you're the asshole. This is a disgusting level of entitlement. I was in my best friend's wedding and she gifted all the bridesmaids earrings to wear on the day. I don't have pierced ears, so she gave me a bracelet instead because she's a good person who doesn't care about her friends. I can't imagine this bride. Okay, this is literally my first person I've ever done this. Maybe I should delete this. Delete comment. You guys know. You know how I feel. All right, let's try to find something else. Ooh, this is what's hot. Let's see what's hot along with this coffee. Okay. Oh, back to the same thing. Okay. Let's see this one. Pretty much what the title says. I was a groomsman. What does the title say? Bridezilla wants to control who the groomsman texts. Am I the asshole for, as a groomsman, texting the groom's ex-girlfriend the weekend of the wedding? I don't know. I have to hear more. Pretty much what the title says. I was a groomsman at my good buddy's wedding this past weekend. The ceremony and the reception were both lovely. The couple's happy. The issue lies in the fact that the bride caught me chatting over text with her new husband's ex-girlfriend. The context here is that me and the groom and his ex were all in the same university friend group, and they had dated for 2 years before he broke up with her unexpectedly, because he basically left her for his now wife. His ex was pretty devastated and didn't handle it in the best way possible, but that was 4 years ago. She's moved on, although she's now single, but dating around and building her career and is happy. She hardly ever brings him up anymore. Her and I stay friends. We were friends before they dated and we're friends now, and that hasn't changed. We chat regularly. She knew about the wedding and obviously she was not invited. The bride really hates her. I don't know why she really hates her. If she's like the girl that he left the other girl for. But the coming days before, she sent me a meme and it sparked a conversation over text, and we texted back and forth. We didn't talk about the wedding at all. The bride saw my phone light up with a notification from her at the rehearsal dinner and got very, very upset. She said that I was disrespecting the wedding and the couple's relationship by engaging with the groom's ex that weekend. Truth be told, the bride hates the ex so much that she tried to insist that I stop talking to her if I want to be in the wedding. But thankfully, the groom talked sense into her. Anyway, she kept being mad, was in a sour mood at the reception, and said I ruined the mood of the wedding being distracted with the ex. She complained to the groom but he could not have given less of a shit. I truly do not understand how this is an issue. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. This is a Bridezilla. How dare you tell anyone who to text? Even if this was the groom, like if he was still friends with his ex, I don't know. I'd have to hear more on that. But this is a groomsman, and they were friends, and they weren't even talking about the wedding, and there's nothing shady going on here. So how dare she try to monitor who the hell people in her bridal party text? That's absolutely ridiculous. No, you are not the asshole. I want to see what the comments say. Your friend, the groom, is fucked. OOP. What does OOP mean? I know OP means original poster. Could be an asshole if things the ex did after the breakup were nutty and caused the now wife to be concerned for her safety. I agree, but none of that was said, so you're just making stuff up. Or the bride is insecure. We really have to know what the ex did. No, we don't. If the ex did crazy things, then that probably would have been part of the story. I wonder how this slurping is going to sound on this mic because I don't actually know. It's probably super annoying and distracting. You know what? I did my beautiful background over on this side, so I should lean this way instead of the other way. Okay. OP's answer when I asked if his friend had cheated. I suspect that he did, although he's always denied it and has been very coy about the circumstances of how they got together. All I know is that he dumped his ex very suddenly. I'm sure that he probably cheated with this other girl. And that's probably why she's insecure, because that's how she met her husband, is that he cheated with the girlfriend that he had with this girl. So they're probably not the happiest of campers. Great. How do I find other things on here? Ooh, this one looks interesting. Bride canceled her wedding and broke up with the fiance after guests refused to pay her $1,500 attendance fee. I think I'm already calling it Bridezilla. Dear friends, it comes with great sadness that I'm announcing the cancellation of blank's wedding. I apologize for canceling only 4 days beforehand. Unfortunately, blank and I have broken up due to some recent and irreparable problems. We have decided to end our relationship and not go forth with any future proceedings. However, we are remaining civil and are still a team for our son. Oh, that sucks that there's a kid in this. After hours of tears, mental exhaustion, and even disassociation, I've come to this decision 1 hour after posting this status. I'm going to delete my Facebook. Social media has caused me only paranoia and toxicity. I will spending these next 2 months backpacking in South Africa, exploring my soul and ridding myself of toxic energy brought on by my friends and family. Whoa! That is throwing a big, that's like, this is two friends and family, and you're like, this is all because of you and your toxic energy. The ones who I thought I could trust the most. Hence, I will be out of the country for all of October and November. Please don't contact me. When I'm ready, I may make a new Facebook and add friends and family that haven't effing stabbed me in the back. Whoa, what has gone down? How did all of this come crashing down? Well, I invite you all on Facebook, players, bystanders, and side characters of the people in my life, to take a seat and listen. Good writing, good writing. You're all involved somehow. Somehow everyone is wrapped up into this mess. Even if you weren't invited to my wedding, I don't care. You might hear of the drama, and I'd rather you hear it from me. I'm not asking for sympathy. I just want to tell my story. This is a long one, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. Before I begin this mini novel, I invite all of you, including the C words, I bet I know what that is, who have ruined my marriage and life, to put yourself in my shoes. For once, let me take the stage and let me voice the most painful few months of my life. First, things were a fairy tale. I met the love of my life at 14. We were both young, but somehow we just knew we were meant to be. Obviously not. We worked on my family's farm together, and with each warm summer spent in the fields, our love grew deeper and deeper. Fast forward to high school. We went strong for all 4 years. He put a ring on my finger. Oh, this is a woman. For some reason, I thought it was a man speaking. When I was 18, worth nearly $5,000. First of all, way too much money to be spending when you're 18 years old on a ring. We'd put everything on the line for each other. Everything. We both chose to attend the same community college and work full-time in order to build our dream. We spent most of our days by each other's sides. I will always be thankful for that. Fast forward a few years, I was 20. I realized I was pregnant with my first. At 20, that's hard. We were elated, tearful, and thankful to God for this gift. Man. After giving birth to Declan, spelled Declyn, no shade, I knew the next step would be to focus on my career and become financially stable. Atta girl. My ex did the same. We saved and saved. I was in love, I was happy, and I was looking forward to life. We continued working and even got our degrees. It was hard, yes, but so blissfully worth it. We managed to save up nearly $15,000 for a wedding. Good for you. Since our love was like a fairy tale, we wanted an extravagant blowout wedding, one where our son would be included. We started touring venues, and we were torn between two. A local psychic told us to go with the more expensive option. Why are you asking a local psychic where you should get married? That's the real tea. That's crazy. A local psychic, don't get me wrong, I love a good psychic. I believe that there are many with the true gift, but they are few and far between. And also, you shouldn't be making life decisions based on what a psychic says. Okay. We just needed a little push. Our dream wedding amounted to $60,000, all included with flights to Aruba. All we asked was for a little help from our friends and family to make it happen. $60,000 for a wedding? Come on, guys. I got married and it was beautiful and it was like 12 grand. And my ring was like 4. Like, you can, come on. That's ridiculous. That's like a down payment for a house in some places. That's like double what some people make in a year. I mean specifically, asked for cash gifts. How could we have our wedding that we dreamed of without proper funding? We'd sacrificed. So, this looks like it broke. Oh, yeah, it's gone down here. So much. We asked each guest for around $1,500. Wow, that is ridiculous. If someone asked me for $1,500, I would laugh in their goddamn face. We talked to a few people who even promised us more to make our dream come true. My maid of honor, who shall not be named, pledged $5,000 along with her planning services. We tearfully thanked and accepted. My ex's family offered to contribute $3,000. My ex's family offered to contribute $3,000. What? What? First of all, you've been with this guy since high school, you said. So, like, you were with him since you were 14. So, your, what, 13-year-old ex boyfriend offered to contribute $3,000? I don't know. So, our request for $1,500 for all of the guests was not effing out of the ordinary. Yes, it was. Yes, it absolutely was. Like, we made it clear. If you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited to our exclusive wedding. It is a once in a lifetime party. So, we sent out the RSVPs and only 8 people replied and sent us the check. We were effing livid. How was this supposed to happen without a little help from our friends? To make matters work, my ex's family took back their offer. Yeah, I bet. Suddenly, more people backed out, including the C word maid of honor, my best friend since childhood, my second family. I was so shocked and tearful. To make matters worse, it was only a month before the wedding. To cancel everything would have been more than $5,000. If you're spending $60,000 on a wedding and you back out for 5, girl, you're saving yourself like $55,000. Desperately, we resent our invites and asked people to donate what they could. I mean, seriously, people, what is $1,000? What is $1,500? It's a lot of gosh darn money is what it is. It is. It's a lot of, it would make a difference in a lot of, it's someone's rent. Clearly not a lot. I would have been quite manageable and within budget. No, you don't know people's budget. You can't say this. Man, I'm not good at reserving my judgment till the end, hey? I've heard of people asking for worse. So, just because you're asking for something unreasonable and you think someone else is asking for worse, then that's good. We also set up a GoFundMe that only got us $250. At this point, we were exhausted, tired. I yelled at my ex. I became unraveled. I realized my dream wedding was a nightmare. And then it got worse. My ex came into the room and offered to get a Vegas wedding done. I laughed in his face, but he was dead serious. He wanted those cheap, raggedy, filthy, whore-like Vegas weddings. Come on, you judgy Judgerson. Look at me, really. I mean, what the F? He was out of his mind. Am I some hooch piece of trash? A hooker? Wow, this girl is going out of her mind. Am I supposed to like the idea of getting married in the heart of shady gamblers, alcoholics, and get rich fast fallacy? Suddenly my body began to shake as I entered a panic attack. My ex left the room and didn't apologize for his horrid suggestion. I then called my maid of honor and cried my eyes out. Instead of sympathy, I was told that I was asking way too much and I should stick to my budget. I mean, no words can describe how could someone who offered me thousands of dollars then deny me my promised money and then tell me to shift down my budget. She knows my dream was a blowout wedding. I just wanted to be a Kardashian for a day. There's your problem. There's your problem right there. Why are you trying to be a Kardashian for a day? Be yourself. If you're going to South Africa, my necklace fell down. This is my Sagittarius necklace. If you're trying to go to freaking South Africa to find yourself, like, why are you being a Kardashian for a day? None of their weddings have even lasted, guys. Come on. I called her a filthy effing poor excuse of a friend and hung up. Then she blocked me off all social media. Rumors swirled. I even received anonymous threats. My ex stayed out later and later, and I have a feeling he even cheated. My bridesmaids climbed on the boat with my maid of honor and dissed me. They essentially told me I was crazy. Yeah, you sound crazy. They asked for their deposit back, so I said, F you. I refuse to give it back until they can pay me back for their emotional distress. My ex started talking to my maid of honor and gossip about me behind my back. I overheard him talking in the basement when he called me a stuck-up B-word. Yeah, you do sound like a stuck-up B-word. Sorry. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I am bone tired. My heart is not the same. It's stone cold, fragmented, empty. I need to get away from this awful society. How hard would it have been to donate, friends? Do I matter to you? Just effing give me money for my wedding. I won't even sugarcoat it. I won't even pretend that's not what I wanted. It was for a dream. I was stabbed, cheated on, and worked. Goodbye. See you in 2 months. Friendly reminder to all you C-words. Don't think you own me. I'm cutting all of you snakes off. I'm living my life alone. I only let those in I believe have good intentions. Wow. I have no words. You're out of your mind, Susan. Yeah, even the fact that her name is Susan. You sound like a Susan. Susan. The more bitchy version of Karen, Susan. Sorry, my mom's name is Susan. It didn't even occur to me. My mom's literal real first name is Susan, but we all call her, well, I don't call her Dawn, but she goes by her middle name, Dawn. Yeah. What happened to you? Who the hell expects that kind of money? Wow, that was worth the long ass trip. That's crazy. Let's see what people say. Excited. We thought, why the hell not? I don't know. Maybe because you can't afford it. That's pretty good reason not to buy something for most sane people. Yeah, yeah. That psychic was looking for the homie. She knew she could save him years of misery by telling them to do it in Aruba. She thanks God for Declan, poor child, and then asks a psychic about wedding advice. Straight up King Saul over here. Turns out the poor child's name was mispronounced from the start. Should have just called him Decline and been honest about it. It was an accurate prediction of her declined credit cards when paying for the wedding. What does SMH mean? What does SMH mean? Babe, babe, what does SMH mean? Like, oh, my boyfriend just informed me what SMH means. Oh, I like it. It's funny. Oh, shaking my head. Yeah, amazing. This girl, that is ridiculous. That's so sad. Let's traipse out of Bridezillaville, shall we? Let's find another one. Am I the asshole? Great. Here we go. How do I do that? Yeah. Oh, it's restricted. But it says I'm joined. Aha! Perfect. Okay. Am I the asshole for returning my stepdaughter's birthday gift because she didn't save a cupcake for my daughter? Sounds about right. Let's check it out. I am female 33, engaged to my fiance, male 36. I have a 4-year-old daughter and he has a 16-year-old daughter. He comes from a conservative family, so we won't move in together till after marriage. So far, we're on good terms as a blended family, but I've noticed that my stepdaughter acts kind of distant towards my daughter. Every time I try to talk to my fiance about it, he'd tell me to give the kids a chance to bond and warm up to each other. My she's 16. Yeah, I was a stepdaughter at 16. It's hard. My stepdaughter's 16th birthday took place on Sunday. Since she's into baking, she decided to bake cupcakes instead of having an actual birthday cake. My daughter and I went over to my fiance's house to attend the party, and I brought my stepdaughter a gift, which was an iPhone. Wow, nice gift. We sat down and she started serving everyone cupcakes. Then, when it was my daughter's turn, she bluntly said she was sorry, but she didn't save any for my daughter. I felt confused. I asked if she made enough cupcakes and whether there were guests that came uninvited. She said no, that she just didn't make one for my daughter. I asked why. She refused to say. I was so mad and I felt hurt on my daughter's behalf. I got up and told my fiance that I wanted to leave. My fiance tried to stop me and offered his cupcake to my daughter, but I refused to take it. On the way out, I grabbed the gift I brought for my stepdaughter and stood there and watched. I could hear her yell, "Dad, she took the iPhone," while I was walking out with my daughter. My fiance tried to get me to go back inside, but I refused. Later, he came over and we had an argument. He said that I overreacted and that I should know how some teenagers can be moody and do random stuff without explanation. So I shouldn't have taken it personally. She said she excluded my daughter and didn't save her a cupcake, but he said it was just a cupcake and then reminded me that he'd offered his cupcake and said I should have accepted it and called it a day. He said taking the phone, which was supposed to be a gift, back was in poor taste and it might hurt my relationship with his daughter. I refused to give it to him so he could give it to her since she was crying about it. He left and was mad at me. We haven't talked since then except via texts. Wow. Edit. She's been wanting the iPhone for a while, and since her dad couldn't buy it, I decided to be the nice one and I gifted it to her. That's nice. For those who are asking how a teenager could own an iPhone, I'm sorry if it's uncommon where you live, but where I live, iPhones are the most common phones. Yeah, 100%. Also, I saw that she served her girlfriend a whole plate of cupcakes, so it's not like she baked a specific number. Am I the asshole? Interesting. I don't think you are the asshole, but I think that you're the adult and she's a child. She's a 16-year-old, and she, obviously something's going on with her in this house with her dad, and like it's a blended families can be difficult. Like my parents got divorced when I was in 6th grade, and my dad got married like quicker than my mom did. And me and my stepmom didn't get along right away. And I had two stepbrothers and a stepsister, and we lived in a blended family in a house, and it was very difficult sometimes. I got kicked out of my house when I was 16, and me and my stepmom had a contentious relationship for years and years, and that's difficult. So you're the adult, like you should be the bigger person and not freak out and walk out on someone's birthday. You should have given her the phone, in my opinion, or maybe, had to just pulled her aside and been like, what's going on? Like, I don't feel like I want to give you this phone if you can't share with, essentially we're going to be a family. Like, do you have a problem with me? Do you have a problem with my daughter? It was nice that her fiance like wanted to give the cupcake to her daughter. That's great. But I don't think you're the asshole, but I think it could have been handled a little bit better. Let's see what Reddit has to say. Don't downvote assholes. Not the asshole. And don't marry this man. He will clearly expect you to cater to his child at the expense of your own. That is who he is. I believe him and react accordingly. Believe him and react accordingly. Yep, a 16-year-old is acting like this because she's been allowed to. And with only a few years before adulthood, the odds of her growing out of it aren't in OP's favor. While your stepdaughter is a mean girl, which is a polite way of saying that she's a brat. Brats are cultivated. Your fiance allows this for the last 16 years, but he's not going to change. Best of luck to you and your daughters having to deal with this bullshit. You sound kind of awesome. You deserve so much better. I do think, though, that I agree. She's been allowed to have this type of behavior, but you also don't know, like, did her mom pass away? Is her real mom, like, in the picture? Like, what happened with that? Like, if she just has her dad, like, maybe her dad's doing her best and he doesn't understand 16-year-old girls, so that takes some compassion, and you never know, maybe she's scared that this girl is going to take her place or whatever. 16 is not an adult. It's not, like, and if you're just going to be like, you're a brat and that's it, then there's no room to grow. Like, you don't cut those people out of your life. You teach them. Like, I am 10 years sober in like 12 days or something like that. And I didn't get sober till I was 25. This girl's 16. I was doing idiotic things at 24. And if people didn't forgive me and give me room, I would have no one left around me. So I think you are definitely not the asshole. This is fun. I'm having a good time. You guys having a good time? Ah! All right, let's do a couple more. All right. Am I the asshole for parking in expectant mother's parking? I was at Walmart with my mom, who's disabled and has disabled parking. There was no disabled parking available. The only closed parking was for expectant mothers and families, so I parked there instead of driving around. Some guy called me out saying he would call mall security. I told him my mother's disabled and has the disabled parking as well. This guy doubled down and said it didn't matter. I ended up flipping him off and showing him my parking pass. Am I the asshole? Edit. Some people have been asking why I don't just drop my mom off. I'm a cancer survivor with mobility issues, so it's also difficult to walk far, but my doctor won't sign off on a pass. I only park in disability parking when I'm with my mom. I will park in regular spots when I'm by myself. The last time I dropped my mom off to wait for me, she fell on her knees, which buckled, and then she fell on her face, which injured her nose, and we had to go to emergency. I never park in family parking unless as a last resort. I hope this clarifies. Yes, it does. You are not the asshole. If there is no disability parking, park in the expectant mothers. I mean, no, I don't think you're the asshole. I think that this person didn't understand your situation. And I think that it is better for you to make sure that you and your mom get there safe. And, sometimes those parking space get used anyway. If there's 10 expectant mothers and there's only one expectant mother spot, then there's 9 expectant mothers who are also not going to be able to park. So, no, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for not inviting one child from my daughter's class to a party? My 28 female and husband, 29 male, have a daughter, Peyton, 7 female. Peyton goes to a small school with 20 kids in her grade. Her birthday party is next month, and we sent out invitations to her friends at school. We invited the whole class except one student. Ouch! The student we did not invite has bullied Peyton several times. We've had meetings with the school and parents. Okay, fair. Obviously, Peyton doesn't want this kid at a party. Fair. The other girl's mother called me to talk about it, saying how Now her daughter is crying that she was the only kid not invited, and everyone at school is talking about the party. Peyton's parties are known by her classmates to be very over the top. I explained her daughter isn't nice to my daughter, and that's the reason that she wasn't invited. The mother knows this. The mother said that I'm teaching my child to be a bully and to use her wealth to make friends. I disagreed. The mother then asked if she had her daughter apologize and write Peyton a letter we could reconsider. I told him that we would not, and that it has become a big deal every time I see the mom. Am I the asshole? Edit for questions. Invitations were not handed out in the classroom. I handed them out to parents directly. Great. I've seen a few people ask exactly what kind of bullying, so I'll give a couple of examples. One time Peyton came home crying because the girl was so mean to her, telling her she wasn't pretty, too chubby. Yeah, awful. Peyton has come home crying because the girl told her there's no way she's going to be a cheerleader. Peyton does cheering on the weekends because she wasn't pretty. She told Peyton she couldn't play with the rest of the girls in the class when they were all playing jump rope at recess. The other girls told her to let Peyton play. So when she was Peyton's turn, the girl purposely got her out by not swinging the rope nicely. The teacher saw that happen. She called Peyton a crybaby. And this is only a couple of the incidents that happens. No, you are not the asshole. We are not in the society that rewards asshole-ish behavior. If you are the only person that's being singled out because you're an asshole, great. Maybe you'll learn not to be an asshole, little child. Don't be a bully. And because everyone else wants to go to this party, maybe she'll make other friends and have good other friends, and all of these other people can stick up for Peyton when she's being bullied. No, you are absolutely not the asshole. Stupid moms letting their kids be bullies. I was called fat all the time when I was a kid. It was awful. If I didn't have good friends that stuck up for me, then I would be even more traumatized than I am now. All right, let's see what Reddit has to say. Not the asshole. Here's why. Your daughter has every right to feel safe at our party. True. This is a thing this girl is going to miss out on, and she's upset about it, which I guess is understandable. But here's the thing. Mom didn't offer an apology before the party. She didn't pull her kid in line before the party. Good point. And when it was brought up repeatedly with school, she's only doing it now because her kid is the victim. Ugh. This victim mentality, I'm so over it. In this day and age, everyone is a victim. Like, everyone goes through shit all the time. I have, you have. We need to get over it and help each other out. My main reason is because your kid deserves not to be walking on eggshells at her party, and I absolutely loathe when parents continue to put their kids in contact with their bullies and abusers. Children or not, your child deserves to be safe. Hell yeah. If you're teaching your child that putting limits on people who hurt you is okay, even if she's 7 years old. This is a Taylor Swift quote. That girl played stupid games and won stupid prizes. Not the asshole. Good on you, mom, for not caving. But that mom sure is the asshole. Hell yeah. Great. Good job, Reddit. They are not the asshole. This is fun. Am I the asshole for not removing a photo my girlfriend told me before she moved in with me? I don't really understand. Could you explain, please? I, 26 male, think that this is completely ridiculous, but maybe I'm wrong, so here goes. I've been with my girlfriend, 26 female, for 5 years, but we've known each other since we were 15. I'm fortunate to have my own place, and we've discussed for a while her moving in with me, as she has been staying in the house more often. 26? Yeah, that's... Wow, you've been dating for 5 years, so since you were 21, and they still don't live together? Wow, I guess I'm just a move-in trollop because I was living with boys after like 6 months. This wasn't a problem until she was about to move in. I have a few photos in the house of me with members of my family. The problem is with a specific photo of me with my brother and my father. Weird. Let's see why. She told me to remove the photo before she moved in to accommodate her. I asked her why. She answered that it's weird. Weird. Why? But to me, there's nothing weird about the photo. She's the one making it weird. Maybe the only thing weird about the photo is that all of them are when I was a child, but none of them are inappropriate or have something you can take the wrong way. She had no other argument, and in the end, I refused, and she said she wouldn't move in, and I was okay with that. Yeah, you've been together for 5 years. What is wrong with this picture of your boyfriend and his brother and his dad? That's so nice. That's really nice because most guys I did don't have any photos ever in sight. And that means that he has a good relationship with his family, and men that have good relationships with their family have less red flags. Let me tell you this from frickin' your older big sister, Laura. Listen to me. If they have a good relationship with their family, then it's not a red flag. All right, here we go. Okay. This has been a topic of discussion for the past few days. Some of our friends and even my father said that I should remove the photo to make her feel welcome, but I just find that, again, ridiculous. So do I. Edit. I won't post the photo because I don't feel comfortable, but I will describe it as much as possible. The photo was taken when my brother was 6 and I was 7. In the middle is my father with a grin from ear to ear, his eyes closed and his arms extended to the side, like this. Cute. To his left is my brother, buzz cut, standing straight with his arms at his sides like a soldier and a serious face. To my father's right is me, long hair, standing like a boxer from 1910 with my chin up and a meager mug, all wearing a suit because it was taken at my uncle's wedding. The photo was taken outside the place where the event took place. There is nothing exceptional related to the place. The only thing aside from us is the sun, the blue sky, and a bunch of trees. She's met my family. She's always been respectful, friendly with them, and vice versa. There hasn't been incidents or problems with any of them. I've asked her, and she's denied it. Her problem is with the photo I described above. I have other photos with my father and brother individually. I do the same pose in various photos. I have one doing the same pose with my paternal grandfather, where we're both wearing boxing gloves. He taught me the pose. She has stayed in the house multiple days, even weeks. She has things here. She never brought up the issue. I'm all for compromising, but I need a proper explanation other than it's weird. I still have long hair, even longer than before. She's very fond of it. It's not a problem. None of the photos stands out. They put on a small part of the wall in the living room with the others, including the ones I'm with her. They're not big, or it'd basically be upholstering the entire wall. She has issues with her family, but they solved it. But I don't rule out that something happened that she hasn't told me. Fascinating. Wow, that's so interesting. I mean, she needs to tell you what's up. Like, the only thing I can think of, and I really don't think that this is the thing, is that, like, your brother or your dad, like, did something inappropriate to her. But I mean, I'm not saying that or accusing that, but like, what other possible reason could she have that she didn't like this photo? Like, there's no other possible reason that she could have. Ooh, I'm invested. Ooh, I wish no, you're not an asshole. I would like make I'm so persistent, and I am so like confrontational that I don't like I would not drop it. I'd be like, tell me, what's going on, I wouldn't drop it. Let's see what Reddit has to say. Okay, so before I'm saying absolutely not the asshole. She had sex with your brother. That's why the photo makes her uncomfortable. There's no other explanation. I agree. Something like that. This or was assaulted by him. Something is definitely wrong here. I also agree. Wow, what a conclusion to jump to. Surely if that was the case, she would ask for all the photos to be removed, not just the one she finds weird. Good point. Leave it to Redditors on an Am I the Asshole to jump to the absolute worst possible conclusion and then offer advice to break up. Maybe she isn't zeroing on this one photo, but is hoping you'll take down one or two to make room for a photo or two of her own. Then say that. Don't be a psychopath. Tell him you want, be like, yeah, that's great. Can we have room for my shit too? I'm not buying what the others are selling, but if this is the case, she needs to use her big girl words. Ah, yes, amazing. Queen of the South. Like hearing that. And ask for space to hang the photos, not whatever this passive aggressive power move bullshit is. Amazing. I love that. Totally agree with you. This is a passive power move of some kind. They've been together for 5 years, and only now she picks a specific, totally innocent picture which has real memory value attached to it, and now makes an issue about it to the point of not moving in. Yeah, this is something else, because that excuse from her is the dumbest shit I have ever seen. Crazy. Man, I wish we could like find out stuff like what happened. Like, how do you find out what happened? Like, that's it. When was this posted? 7 hours ago. Wow. I'm literally gonna write, don't drop it until she tells you. Honesty, and proper communication are key key. All right, guys, that's it. I've been filming for like 40 minutes. That went by so quickly. I had the absolute best time ever. I'm definitely going to be doing that, even just to use my gavel again. Here. Pay attention to me. Thank you so very much. Until next time, be well. Much love, guys.